The floor of the forest had a crispness that foretold of winter to come. The trees were turning their red and golden hues. Blue, the small poodle, his paws wet in the dewy undergrowth, snuffled as he walked the path ahead of Red. She paused as Blue trotted on, looking up at the azure sky and taking in the early morning smells. Pines and the falling leaves and the essence of nature readying for the winter sleep. They found their way to the oak tree with the small stone marker. Will's name was not etched on it because he'd said, "I want to disappear into the forest." Red sat down on the crude wooden bench she'd constructed a few years ago. It wobbled under her weight. "It's been 4 years, Will. I still see you sometimes out of the corner of my eye. I hope you are resting easy." Blue sat next to her, gazing up with soft eyes. Red stroked him, listening to the chirping of the birds. She blocked the thoughts of Will's dilapidated recliner still sitting where he last used it. Her friends didn't say it, but she knew they felt it. Felt that it was time for Red to move on. Taking a deep breath and exhaling softly, she let the forest soothe her. As she closed her eyes, embraced by the peace in the woods, the serenity of the moment was broken by the ringtone of her phone. Blue stood, knowing the walk in the woods was soon over. "Sheriff, it's Billy. We have a woman here who insists she had an appointment with you." Apple Taylor, the podcaster. As if Mother Earth understood a change coming to Pearsall County, the restful silence was pierced with the insistent cawing of crows harassing a lone owl deep in the woods. The young woman stood at Red's desk, her short hair peroxided to a brittle white. Red estimated she was in her mid-20s. Her bare arms were covered in a mishmash of tattoos of varying colors and designs. A small red jewel stud graced her left nostril, and gold rings covered the edges of both ears. Red reserved judgment on all the body decor. The woman had a liveliness to her eyes that could easily translate into mischief. "What can I do for you?" Red rested her arms on the desk. The woman extended her hand. "I'm Apple Taylor. I do a podcast on unsolved murders." "Yes?" Currently, the unsolved death list in Pearsall County consisted of a child found buried in the early 1900s and a hit-and-run from the 1950s. "I understand that a teenager was the victim of a hit-and-run back in 1965. The woman consulted her phone with notes on it. "His name was Roddy Thompson. I'm wondering if anyone is working on the cold case." Red frowned. The name was familiar, but not one in the Pearsall County Sheriff's files. "I'm sorry, but I don't recall a case from 1965. Apple scrolled through her phone. "Found in a ditch near a rural bar named Jukebox Alley in May of 1965. No one was apprehended and no one was charged."